Ever wished you could just, I don't know, step back in time? And I don't just mean witness it, but really experience it.
Hmm.
Well, that's exactly where we're headed in today's deep dive. We're taking a trip to a forgotten paradise called Atrion, all thanks to Paul Elms Bacardi and his book, The Forgotten Fields of Atrion.
Such a unique blend of genres in this one, right? Time travel, romance, loss, all woven together.
You got it. And it really works. Okay, so we've got Atrion. Imagine the English countryside, picture perfect, but like a billion years in the past. Think rolling hills, those charming cottages.
Bathed in the glow of two suns, no less. Can you imagine?
It's breathtaking the way he describes it, but that's what makes it so heartbreaking too, right? This beauty, this paradise, it's all doomed.
Right. The whole planet's on borrowed time. And that knowledge, that sense of impending loss, it just permeates the whole story.
It does. Which brings us to our main man, Ethan. He's a history buff, total nerd for the past, and he gets this once-in-a-lifetime chance to travel back to Atrion, before it all goes down.
And we see everything through his eyes, his wonder, his longing for connection.
Exactly. Because it's not just about the time travel, is it? It's about the people we meet and the connections we make, even against, well, the end of the world.
Exactly. It's about finding those moments of beauty and connection, even when everything around you is falling apart.
Okay, so before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get back to Atrion. What do we need to understand about this place to really get into the story?
Well, for starters, Atrian's more than just a backdrop in this story.
Ooh, I like that. It's like it's a character itself. Tell me more.
Right. It sets the stage, the mood, and even, I'd argue, influences the character's choices.
Yeah, I'm ready to be transported. Paint me a picture with Bacardi's words. What does he want us to experience? You ever get that feeling? Like you meet someone and bam, instant connection, like you've known them forever.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling of instant familiarity. Powerful stuff.
And that's what happens with Ethan and Lara. It's like their meeting was, I don't know, destined or something.
Right. And that's a common thread in romance, that sense of fate. But Bacardi takes it up a notch. You've got the time travel element, the impending doom.
Yeah.
It all adds to the intensity.
For sure. So picture this. Ethan's wandering through the countryside, right? Just soaking it all in. And he stumbles on this path.
And he's drawn to it.
Yeah, like it calls to him, like it holds some kind of significance.
Exactly. It's almost like a metaphor.
Yeah.
This path, it's like the journey he's about to take, both literally and emotionally.
Okay, I see where you're going with that. I like it. So he's got that feeling, and bam, he sees her. Lara.
Standing by a stone bridge, like something out of a dream.
Totally. And the way Bacardi describes her beauty, her grace, you totally get why Ethan's captivated.
Oh, absolutely. But it goes deeper than physical attraction, wouldn't you say?
Way deeper. Ethan, he senses something familiar about her, something more than just a pretty face.
Right, like an echo of a connection from another time. It's subtle, but it's definitely there.
Okay, so bring us into their first conversation. What's the vibe?
Well, it's a little awkward like most first encounters, right? Kind of shy, a little hesitant.
Sure, they're trying to figure each other out.
Exactly. But there's this underlying current of recognition, like they're both trying to place a feeling they can't quite grasp.
Ooh, I like that. So what are they talking about?
They talk about Atrion, about its beauty. And Lara, she says something interesting. She says it feels untouched by time.
Untouched by time, huh?
Yeah. Simple phrase, but loaded with meaning, right? Especially when we consider what we later learn about Lara and her connection to this place.
Untouched by time. Now that we're talking about it, that's quite a thing to say, right?
It really is. Especially coming from Lara. It's like a clue to her whole deal, like she's in on a secret about this place that Ethan's just starting to glimpse.
Okay, so she's got this understanding of Atrion. It's past, present, future even. And she knows it's all going to end. Does that freak you out?
It makes you think, that's for sure. Like, if you knew the world was ending, would you still stop and smell the roses, so to speak? Would you still crave connection, knowing how it all turns out?
Tough one. But that's what makes their story so powerful, don't you think?
Definitely. They make you question things.
Yeah.
Bacardi really gets you thinking about the preciousness of time, the beauty of the present moment, even in the face of, well, oblivion.
It's heavy stuff, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're spending the day together, their bond deepening, but there's this undercurrent of
Urgency.
Yes, exactly. Like this awareness that their time is limited. It just adds this whole other layer to their interactions.
Oh, absolutely. In Atrion, it becomes this sanctuary for them. It's like this untouched paradise that allows them to escape for a little while, the weight of their situation.
Like a bubble in time.
Exactly. There's a point towards the end of chapter 3, Ethan just comes right out and asks Lara.
He does. About what?
About Atrion. About how she copes knowing its fate.
And what does she say?
She tells him, even though she knows what will happen, right now, in this moment, it's still alive. She chooses to embrace that, the beauty that still exists, instead of dwelling on the inevitable.
Wow, I got chills. That's deep.
It is.
Ooh.
It reminds you can't change the past, right? And the future, who knows? But the present, that's what we have. That's where the power lies.
This has just been a roller coaster of a deep dive. And honestly, if you're looking for something that'll stick with you, make you think, make you feel, well, The Forgotten Fields of Atrion, folks. This is your book. Time travel, heartbreak, and a love story for the ages, all rolled into one unforgettable journey. Get ready to be swept away because Bacardi doesn't hold back.